here's a question for you for the older men out there, because I hear a lot of my women friends complaining that their guy just doesn't have the sex drive that they used to. So what's your thought on that, and how do you talk to your partner about that?
Yeah, I
Either way,
think
you know what? Either way, because women also, I know a lot of women go through menopause and they're like, I'm out. If I never
yeah.
had sex again, it'd be too soon.
Well, in matchmaking, I do ask the question, what's your definition of a healthy sex life? And then I get into this conversation with people during interviews, trying to understand, like, what does a healthy sex life look like to them? And the reason being is that I do get asked this question a lot from my older clients. Like, women will say, I want to make sure that a man has the physical capability to actually have
Mhm.
sex.
Yeah.
But I've also had men. I actually just had like a male client who ended it with a younger woman, because his sex drive was higher
Yeah.
than hers. Um,
That's a big complaint in a lot of marriages or
yes, and
relationships.
so that does go to sexual compatibility as well. I think it's important for people to kind of think about, like, well, how often do I want to have sex? Um, and keeping in mind that in the beginning there might be such strong sexual chemistry that maybe it might happen more frequently. But people need to think about it like logistically. It's ideal if you have previous long-term relationships to pull from, where you can say, I know that after being in a long term relationship and after the passion kind of ends and that sexual chemistry kind of stabilizes, that I'm like
One
a one to
time a
two
week.
time per week kind of person. And that's okay if the other person's okay with that too.
Yeah.
So I think that those are conversations that people have a little bit earlier in the relationship, maybe even in the courtship. Like, what are your
Yeah, because
preferences
why
for
waste
sex?
time? Why waste time, right? If you're not going to be compatible, waste time getting to a place where it's not going to
Right.
connect?